Hey everyone, today I have something new to work on. I have the iPhone 3GS, practically new in a box that was donated by a customer. Today's video does not involve a repair, but is instead a teardown, just to see what's on the inside. I really enjoy tearing down old phones because they are quite a bit more simplistic on the inside, and it's really interesting to see how far technologically we've come since then. So, pop this guy open. Got a wonderful iPhone 3GS on the inside. Like I said, it's in pretty good condition. Does still turn on. Still works pretty well. iOS 6.1.6 is available for your iPhone. I think I'll pass on that one for now. I love that we've still got the retro YouTube icons and everything else in there. Well, I lied, we don't have a YouTube icon because I haven't downloaded it yet, but we still got those retro icons going on. Look at the settings button. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and tear this thing down. Gonna slide the power off. At the bottom where we'd usually expect to find two pentalobes that are holding it in, this was before pentalobes became a thing on the iPhones. So what we've got are two Phillips head screws that actually hold the display assembly to the frame. I'm going to remove both of those Phillips head screws. They're just standard Phillips 00 or 000. Nothing fancy or crazy. Let's get those out of the side. And let me grab my pry tool real quick. Now, as I recall, the iPhone 3GS had a pretty hard to pry opening around the edges, so I'm using the suction cup instead. Now bear in mind this one may have been opened or refurbished before. I'm not certain. Well, that came off quite a bit faster than I expected. We've got a lot of little stickers on the inside that are not typical of our factory, so I'm thinking this one has been refurbished before, or possibly repaired before. Let's take a closer look on the inside here. Not a whole lot going on. Couple resistors, couple chips here and there. Most of the internals are going to be below all the shielding. So I'm going to grab my Phillips head screwdriver yet again, and we're going to get removing of these screws. First I'm going to grab a spudger and I'm going to pop some of these Lego style flex connections off. So we're going to open a little bit easier. We'll unplug our headphone jack up at the top there. Looks to be an antenna connection off to the side there. And we've unplugged the charge port flex down at the bottom. You can see that this one has not been water damaged. We've got two water damage indicators, one right here and one right here, neither of which have turned pink or red and are not tripped. So we're good there. It looks like I've forgotten to unclip one little connector down here at the bottom. I'm guessing that's an antenna as well. Yep. Oh, what is this? Do not remove. Usually when a sticker says do not remove, it's because it's covering something relatively important. In this case, I really just want to remove it because it says it. Oops. I removed it. And what was hiding under there? A screw. Cute. We're going to start unscrewing our Phillips heads. I am keeping a screw map because it's been so long since I've taken one of these apart. I don't remember if they're different sizes or not. Also, wow, I haven't seen a square flex connection like this one in a very long time. Look at that. It's almost a perfect square. Ha! Kind of nifty. Go through unscrewing these. They appear so far to be all the same size. Also, in order to remove the board, I'm going to need to remove the SIM tray. that. One more screw down here, it looks like. We should start seeing the board freeing up a little bit. That one was a different size screw. I'm going to keep him separated from the rest of them. I'm going to grab my SIM ejector. As you can see, I wasn't really prepared for this video because I have no tools nearby. Let's just pop our little SIM right there. Look at the size of that AT&T 3G SIM card. That's a big guy. That out of the way. Let's see if our board is freed yet. Our board is definitely wanting to come up. But let's see, who's holding on down there? Anything? Looks like we've got our camera flex right there. This guy was holding onto the board from the bottom side. That means he's going to be even harder to plug back in when we go to do the repair. Well, like I said, we're not doing a repair, we're just doing a teardown, but reassembly is going to be fun anyway. Got that little plastic bracket that seems to be holding the flex down, so the flex can't really be lifted up and out of there easily. We'll come back to that later. The inside, we can see this battery. It looks like a rewrap, but it, again, has been so long since I've seen the inside of one of these that I don't recall if Apple was using these type of batteries or not. Let's take a look at the board that we've just removed, though. This is the top side of the board, and you'll notice that most of the components are going to be covered by the shielding here. This shielding was before Apple decided to start soldering the shields on, so this actually has pretty handy poppable tabs around the side for you to lift up the shielding and get a better look on the inside. Work around just a little bit to get that side up. Once you got a little bit up, you can mostly just start peeling and they will all pop off in succession. We've got one of our shields open and some of the chips have been revealed. Let's go ahead and get the other one open as well. Don't want to put too much force and bend these because I do want to reassemble this as close to original as possible. And here we have our board. This is the beautiful iPhone 3GS board. It's a very large board, and it's more of a square shape than we see on the newer phones, which have a bit of an L-shaped board with a very large cutout right here for the battery to sit. This one, the iPhone is so thick that the board actually sits on top of the battery. So unfortunately, due to this one being so old, I'm not able to quickly and easily find a schematic on it. So we're just going to go over and see what we can see visually on here. This right here is the main CPU up there. We've also got, what is that one? They don't mark it. Got some Toshiba memory right there. That's going to be your internal storage right there. We've also got a few modules laying around that are going to be, for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth control, charging control, all that good stuff. Got a couple coils, and being that this one has never seen any liquid damage, it's actually in great condition. You're not going to see any corrosion on this board. Internally, what's left in the phone that I'm not really going to remove because I don't feel like it. I don't really have the time. We've got the charging port assembly down here at the bottom. That's also going to contain the loudspeaker, which is going to blast out from either side, left and right stereo speakers. Got our headphone jack at the top, which is incredibly small and would still fit easily inside the iPhone 7 or 8. We've also got our rear-facing main camera right here. If I recall, that little guy was only a couple megapixels, but it is covered by a glass lens. And then we've got our battery. Our vibrate motor is located down here. It is a mass vibrator, so it's just got a little spinning wheel on the side. Taptic engines had not been invented by Apple just yet. And that is the teardown of the iPhone 3GS. I'm going to go ahead and reassemble this guy and rebox it up, put it back on the shelf of glorious, still working phones, and I'll see you next time.